Hi guys, Love at Scout 1 again. As promised, I'm going to do a review on this, the Helle Jegermester, or Jegermester. This primarily looks to me like a very good hunting knife. I looked at the Les Stroud Survivorman knife, and most of you who are into your bushcraft knives will have seen the Les Stroud Survivorman program on TV, and you'll have seen the blurb about his knife on YouTube. If you haven't, have a look at it. It's a really nice knife, and there was some really good ideas in there. Some of them didn't come off, unfortunately, with the look of the sort of jimping that they put in it for striking a fire steel on, and one thing or another. And to be honest with you, yeah, it's a common bushcraft practice, striking a fire steel on your knife, and you should be able to do it. But some knives just aren't up to it, unfortunately. And I've always swapped the striker on a fire steel for a piece of shaped hacksaw blade, because I think it gives a better spark and gives a quicker spark. So, but that's just personal, personal preference again. I did look at the Les Stroud knife, and I like the look of it. I did some checking online. Prices were from sort of 160, and I think the cheapest I could get a carbon one was 119 quid, and I think that was from the bushcraft store online. But when I looked at it, it's just a run-of-the-mill bushcraft knife. It's nothing special, and I've got bushcraft knives. I wanted a hunting knife, really, a knife that I could use, while I was out hunting. I looked at the Helle catalogue online, and I looked at Hermione Haynes' catalogue, and I looked at a few others online. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a review on the Jegermester, or Jegermester as it's called. I couldn't find one on YouTube, so I had to do a bit of sort of digging about, and asked a couple of colleagues abroad who've used them, and took the plunge, and I bought one, and I really like it. The scabbard we'll go into in a minute. It's got a picture of a lynx embossed into it, very similar to the Helle Odal sheath. Let me see if I can lay my hands on my Odal. Very similar design to the Odal sheath, as I showed you in a previous video, and it suffers from the same thing as the Odal. It's a great design. The friction fit's brilliant, but if you don't put it in correctly, you're taking slices out of it on the inside. The first time I used the knife, I took a slice out of the inside. The friction fit's a good idea. It does take a bit of sort of wheeling to get it out, but anyway, we'll talk about the scabbard in a minute. This is quite reminiscent of the Sami knives. I don't know if any of you have seen the Sami knives. You probably will. You've come across them. They're big sort of workaday knives, and this is in the same vein, but made in a way so that it's more sort of, I think this is a compromise, really, a compromise between a bushcraft knife and a hunting knife. But I think Helle have really got it sort of nailed on, because it's a very broad blade with quite a broad belly to it, a good Scandinavian grind. I mean, that point you would be able to, without any problem at all, you would be able to make a fireboard, for a fire drill. Batten timber with it if you want. It's not very thick. I mean, it's sort of coming in, less than 1/8 of an inch thick. Curly birch handle that's been stained up like the Egan. It's very similar. It's very reminiscent of the Egan handle. Comfortable. I mean, I've got big hands. I'm 6'5". Like, I've got big meaty shovels on the end of my hands. And it's comfortable. It's comfortable to the hand. It's warm. Full tang again, showing its Scandinavian, or Norwegian heritage with the braid over tang there, and I really like it. I'm really enthused by it. There is a destruction test, I think, of a Helle knife online. I don't think it's this one, but it is quite a whippy blade. It's not massively thick. I wouldn't set to sort of smacking it with a big lump of wood and battening timber with it. But as a hunting knife, I think that's got some really good potential. It's razor sharp. I mean, I've done this once before, trying to show my little boy not to cut his arm off, but that's out of the box. It's razor sharp. and you know, I don't think that's going to take a lot to keep up to, and as a sort of, you know, jobbing stalker like I am, you know, work a day as a knife to go to, I think that's going to be really good. I'm really enthused by it. It's a nice thing. 74 quid delivered, and that were about the best price I could see it online. But I think that's really going to be a good knife, and I can't see any downsides to it. You know, the brass work's good, the woodwork's good. You know, you have heard me before extolling the virtues of not using wood handle knives for gralloching deer and eviscerating, you know, deer or small game. This is more up to you know, heavy cutting tasks, you know, cutting limbs off trees to put high seats up, you know, cutting open, you know, feed bags and one thing or another. And I think that's going to be a really good knife. But of course, time will tell, and you know, I'll do some updates on some of this kit that we've bought. But I really do like it. You've heard before in other videos, if you've seen some of my other videos, that I do, you know, extol the virtues of the Helle knife, and I really like them. You know, I'm just sort of trying to put that message out there that these knives are as good as anything that you can buy commercially. The only thing, and again, if you've followed me and kept an eye on some of the videos that I've done, I'm very critical about the leatherwork, and this kind of again, like the Odal scabbard, is a bit of a compromise again. It's a bit weedy, and to be honest with you, I don't really like it. I like these blocked scabbards. I think these have got more life in them and I've got more to them, and that's why I've changed this one out. This is all right, you know, if you put it on probably on a belt loop, or you know, on a piece of cord around your neck, or having it as a neck knife, or attaching it to your row sack or your molly pack or whatever. Yeah, it's wet formed. You know, the quality's there. It's excellent. Good stainless steel studding. You know, that's going to last. It's just not me. I don't get it. And I mean, yeah, I know in some countries in Europe they do hunt the links, so I suppose, you know, the embossed links logo, you know, motif on there, I suppose that stands up. But that, to me, is a bit hard work. You know, again, these that are made by a saddler who I know, who makes them for an online company, are 25 quid. Big belt loop in it, so I can put it on my stalking belt and have it around my jacket, and that to me is a much better thing. It's a much more usable tool. It's not as difficult to, you know, extract from the sheath. You're not going to be worrying about cutting your leg or anything. I mean, there's plenty of leather for it to go out there, but yeah, I mean, that I think's a compromise. But anybody that's going to be using it, I think would enjoy using it, and I don't see any problems with it. Only that I think every time I've put it in, I've used it twice with this scabbard, I've taken a big slice out of the scabbard. Maybe it's me. I might not be accurate enough. I don't know, but I think that's a better bet. But anyway, that's me. So what I'll do is I'll keep using this. We've got a busy weekend this weekend. We're taking some guys down to Norfolk stalking, and some of them it's the first time out. So chances are we're going to be busy and doing a lot of outdoor activities and you know, cooking outdoors and fending for ourselves. So I'll see how it goes. Right, guys. I hope that's of some interest to you. I'm going to put this up because, like I said, I couldn't find another review about the Jegermester knife, but I really do like it. And if you're in the market for sort of a mid-range knife that's going to, you know, that would take some serious chopping and, you know, take some serious work, then I don't think you'd go far wrong with that. Alright guys, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. You all take care. Bye bye.